guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to be talking about how to make your bum look bigger. So let's jump straight into the video. So these are the tips that I like to follow when I do want to get a bigger bum and how to make my bum actually look bigger as well. My tip number one, and that is exercise. So exercise will vary depending obviously what your goal is, but if you guys are looking to just grow your bum and not your legs, then I'm going to discuss the type of exercises that are going to help to focus on that and not activate your legs as much. So the first kind of exercise that you guys can do are low load glute exercises. So as you can see here in the video, I am performing some of these, which are going to be things like donkey kicks, they're going to be leg raises, leg pulses, fire hydrants and clams. These kind of exercises that I would say maybe a bit more like Pilates based are really going to help just be focusing on the bum and getting right into the glute muscle. You can of course use resistant manual ankle weights here to increase the intensity, but these exercises are great to do especially at the beginning of your exercises for low load glute activation. So I have done a video on here that you guys can click on and you guys can check out these kind of exercises that I do for a routine when I am at home to focus on my bum. The second kind of exercise that you guys want to do are hip abduction movements. So these are going to really help build out the side and the upper bit of your bum, which is going to help of course make it look round and perky. So these kind of exercises that you can do that I'm showing you here can involve a resistant band because it's going to help add more resistance, which is going to help to grow your bum. So you can do side clams, you can do side laying leg raises, you can also do standing leg raises with a resistant band. You can also sit there and get almost say in a squat position and push your legs in and out as if like you were at the gym using that machine, the hip abduction. So that's going to really help tone the outside of your bum and the upper side of your bum. Another great exercise that you guys can do, and this is actually one of my favorites, is glute bridges. Now I personally think the glute bridges are better to do over hip thrust because hip thrust can also focus on your legs a bit too much and have some activation. So if you just want to purely focus on engaging your glute muscles, I would highly suggest doing more so bridges. Tip number two is protein. Now protein is of course essential in any diet. Anyway, protein has so many health benefits, but purely for the focus what we're going to be talking about today is for the glutes. I recommend definitely increasing your protein because protein helps muscle recovery and it also helps with muscle growth. You do also want to keep in mind that your glute muscle is actually one of the biggest muscles in the body, so of course training it and taking protein is only just going to help. Tip number three I have is understanding your genetics and your body type. So I actually recently did a video on this that you guys can check out again here. And understanding your body type is only going to help you in reaching your goal, whether that is to grow muscle or to lose weight or to do both. So knowing what body type you are is only going to help you do your research, understand the macros you need and the workouts. So an example of this, like I did mention beforehand in the video, is if you are an ectomorph for example and you don't really have a bum and that's something you do want to focus on, then you guys are going to have to live heavy weights and you're going to have to make sure you're eating the right foods to also encourage your body to grow. So you guys would need something like extra carbs to gain weight and muscle, as well as taking a higher protein diet approach and a low fat diet. So these type of things is really going to help you understand what your goal is for your body because every single person is different and our body all respond differently to different exercises. So tip number four, I think for me personally, is having a small waist compared to your bum is going to make your bum look a lot bigger. That's something that I've noticed over the years, is that when I've lost weight, especially around my waist, my bum always seems to appear bigger, and I think it definitely enhances the size of your bum because you're nipped in and you've got that hourglass figure, you know, that bottle figure that people want. And the best way to actually get your body fat percentage down so your waist looks smaller and your bum looks bigger is to of course obviously lose weight. So losing weight is going to get your body fat percentage down and it's going to get the fat stripped off your midriff area and it's going to help to have a flatter stomach, and obviously then you can do the exercises to strengthen your glutes at the same time, which is then going to build your bum. So I have done a video on how to get flat abs that you guys can click and see here. So in this video I've talked about nutrition and I've talked about exercise. I would also highly recommend as well, while we're on the topic of the waist and bum, is going for clothes that are going to actually emphasize your waist and your bum. So you want to go for more tighter looking clothing. You want to go in for clothes that are going to nip in the waist and come out. So like this, instead of it just wearing like a baggy shift dress, which is not going to emphasize your waist, and obviously without emphasizing your waist no one's going to see how banging your body looks underneath there. And tip number 5 is a very random tip, but of course we're all on social media these days and we all want to look our best on our social media profiles, and one of them might be to appear that we have a big bum or enhancing the big bum that you guys already have. So my tip is just understanding your angles, understanding your poses, and understanding lighting. So all 3 of these combined together is really going to help emphasize how big your bum looks. I've heard from quite a lot of influencer friends the importance of shadowing and lighting, which I knew nothing about before, but I've definitely learned over the recent years that that plays a huge role in getting a good photo. So I think, as you can see from the video here that I've taken, me standing in certain angles and certain lights is really emphasizing how big my bum looks and how big it can't look. I know that so many girls online especially do that standing one leg thing, you know, that really does help. I've done it in photos, as you can see here. So just playing around with the poses, figuring out where your body looks best and the lighting, where it's coming from, is really going to help make all the difference and make your bum look peachy in your photos. So I hope that you guys like my top tips to have a bigger bum. If you guys have any questions on any of the routines and stuff, or any of the exercises that I have discussed today, please let me know in the comments below. And if you guys want me to film a video on these exercises, please give me a thumbs up and I will be sure to film that for you. But don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel because it really does help, and I look forward to Thursday's video of bringing you guys some more workout tips.